Today we're making Gamja Tang, Korean pork bone soup inspired by it, and ice cream cake, essential combination. And if you don't know why I'm making Gamja Tang and ice cream cake, take a look at my TikTok, watch a video I explain, right? Very heartfelt story. Gamja Tang, one of my favorite Korean dishes ever. When I went to Korea in 2019, we got off the plane, my friend picked me up, he had a sign like this, and we went to a Gamja Tang restaurant. It was amazing, big cauldron, Korean food, there's always like a big cauldron or something. It was delicious, it was Mamma Mia. And then after that, they took the soup out and then they added rice and they made like fried rice. It was Mamma Mia. So I'm gonna make my take on it. It's not the truly authentic, it's just using what I have around the house. Again, like when I cook, I'm not trying to like buy everything in the grocery store just to make a dish. I wanna use what I have and buy a couple things. So I save money, and also so it's a little bit more spontaneous and I'm not filming a video just to make a dish. I'm filming a video because I'm living my life. Mamma Mia! Okay. Gamja Tang is pork bone soup. I have some pork bones that I got from the Asian supermarket. Now I think when you go to the Korean supermarket, they're a little bit bigger. Going into a pot, like that. Boom, okay? It's harder to film a YouTube video because of the screen. Now we're back. That was a tough one. So we're gonna bring the bones up to a boil and then strain it. In the meantime, I have some vegetables. I have some bok choy. I think you would traditionally use cabbage, and I have some bean sprouts. Are these called bean sprouts? I think these are a variation of bean sprouts. Potatoes, 3 potatoes that I peeled. Instead of using cabbage, I'm gonna use kimchi, which I have. Scallion, ginger, bay leaf. Bay leaf is very healthy, medicinal. It's good for you, Mamma Mia. I have some Shaoxing cooking wine and some Mirin. Traditionally for Gamja Tang, you would use perilla seeds, like that leaf, but they have seeds. I don't have it, so I have some toasted sesame seeds. Still really fragrant. And Gamja Tang, like I said in my TikTok video, is a dish that I would eat very frequently after work. You know, on a cold winter day, I would walk over to K-Town after work instead of going to the bar, and I get a nice warm bowl of Gamja Tang at like 2 in the morning by myself. And Instagram and TikTok wasn't a thing at that time, so I would be very present to the moment and my bowl of soup. It was a beautiful thing, you know. And there usually wouldn't be a lot of people in the restaurant, but that one special day when someone gave me a piece of cake, it was a Mamma Mia. This scallion and the hairy part I'm gonna use for the soup. Don't throw anything out, this is going in. This green part I'm gonna use to finish it after the plate, okay? We're gonna make a sauce right now. So I have some miso paste. You would use the Korean soybean paste, the doenjang. I don't have it. So a little bit of miso, some mirin, because I like it, brown sugar in there. I'm not gonna add like gochugaru, the Korean red pepper flakes, and I don't want it that spicy, but I'm gonna add the kimchi, so that's my flavor. Okay, so this is my soup base right here. It's like a miso soup, kind of. Oh, I forgot to add the Shaoxing wine to the bones. That's so it doesn't have such a strong flavor. Like it cleanses it, I believe. A little bit of ginger. Potatoes. This dish is very heartwarming, very comforting, and the best part is it's tied to a memory, it's tied to an experience. So that's why we're making it together. The essential combo, Gamja Tang and ice cream cake. Should have threw these scallions in too. Hairy parts, see, don't waste it, throw it in. Ginger and garlic. And thank you if you came over from TikTok and you want to see the process. The process is very important, not just the finished product, because there's a lot of care and love and intention and time and energy that gets put into something as simple as a soup. Everything is set up. My mise en place, my stuff is all set up, right? Now these bones, it's been boiling for like 10 minutes. Now I'm gonna take it off and strain it. You see all that like film stuff that's in there? I'll remove that. Rinse it under cold water. I rinsed the pork bones a little bit, and now I have some fresh water in there. I'm gonna turn it back to high and bring it to a boil. Add the bay leaf, the white part of the scallion. I loaded it up with bay leaf. Bay leaves are good for your immune system. They have a lot of vitamins and minerals. Also very much, you have spiritual properties too. All the food that we eat has spiritual properties. You just gotta cleanse it. You just gotta bless it. You gotta be grateful for it and give thanks. Thank you for the sacrifice for the meat. Thank you for the vegetables. Everything's an energetic exchange. You know, from a plant to an animal to us, gives us energy. Give thanks, the cycle continues. I'm gonna go play with my dog. I'll be back. I added some more water. How can I make a soup with no water? Okay, so I added some more water in there. Now I'm gonna skim off all this scum that came to the top a little bit. It's a little bit cloudier, you could tell. I'm gonna remove the bay leaf, potatoes that I chopped. This is my garlic and ginger. Miso paste in here, kimchi. Let this go for another 15 minutes like this. Okay, we're gonna make a cake like it's my birthday, but it's not my birthday. We're gonna make a vanilla cake because vanilla is my all-time favorite cake. Now, in my story, there was a chocolate cake with vanilla ice cream, an ice cream cake. But I'm gonna make a vanilla cake with vanilla ice cream because I do what I want. I gotta bend down to get in this frame, or I need books to stand this camera up properly. This is different. Let's do it. Cake from scratch, made with love. Mamma mia! Retro shirt, not for sale. Thank you for everyone who purchased one of my shirts. It was something that I tested out, so thank you for the support. I really do appreciate it. All right, so let's make a cake. And the order of operation, we're just gonna do it how I think I see fit. So 4 eggs. I grew up with the Carvel ice cream cake. I don't know if you guys are a fan of that. Half chocolate, half vanilla, and then crunchies in the middle, like chocolate cookies. That was like at every single childhood party or like school or something, there would always be one of those. And I remember that I would like trade with my friend for the vanilla part, and I would give them my chocolate part. So I used to do trades. Now, you know, my palate is sophisticated. I can have the chocolate part. See, this is the big boy, right? See, small, big. Now we're money. Now we didn't turn it on. Okay, come on. Gosh darn it. Yeah, I haven't baked in a while. Whisking. So now I'm gonna add some heavy cream. If you have milk, use milk, but I'm gonna make whipped cream from this, so I got it. And America's Test Kitchen told me to add the milk to the eggs, so there's not like ginormous air pocket. So that's what we're gonna do on low speed. All right, flour and sugar, baking powder and salt. And now I'm gonna add some butter that's softened. That should probably be melted, but I'm gonna add it in. I forgot the vanilla extract. I would be quite upset with myself, so I'm gonna add that in there. Now I'm gonna add this paddle attachment on. Hold on. I just killed a mosquito. I'm sorry, but I feel like mosquitoes, in my opinion, have like no purpose. They have like no point other than just like fly around and sting you. Maybe that is the point, to disrupt your natural flow, to disrupt your rhythm so you can stay centered. You know, the mosquito is around you and then they bite you. When they bite you, you're gonna get upset and let that ruin your day and be like, oh, it's itchy. Or you're gonna stay calm and grounded. So maybe a mosquito is supposed to remind us they do have an existence that's worthy. They do have a purpose that is valid, that is righteous, okay? It's chunky because of the butter. I should have probably melted the butter or mixed the butter in with the flour before incorporating the wet ingredients. Fat, sugar, salt, vanilla. Mamma mia. Parchment paper. Buttered this baking pan, but I don't need to because there's so much butter in here. I hope all those blotches of butter will melt nicely and make a nice cake. Might go on a Friday night hanging out cake, but it's gonna be good because I use good ingredients and I use love, you know. Okay, let's check my cake. All right, there it is. Now we got the good view, almost. Okay. So now I'm gonna take my ice cream and set it in the mold to freeze. Plastic wrap. Today is a beautiful day. It was raining and now the sun came out. Looking for a rainbow. Vanilla ice cream. I'll try this one out. Vanilla is my favorite. Vanilla is supreme. It's melting. Okay. Use that for now. Fold this over the top. Fold this back over. Back in the freezer. My cake that I made last night. Pray that it comes out. Voila. Cut the top off. Mamma mia. There it is. Good. Sorry. Take a snack time. I will catch you later. I decided that I'm gonna put the cake in the freezer too. Now I'm gonna make the frosting for the cake while my soup is going. Cold bowl helps it mix. And usually I would whip this by hand. In my virtual cooking classes, I would do everything by hand and then I'd put on music while I was whipping it. It was quite entertaining and it was tiring for me. But since I have soup going in the back, it's warm in my kitchen, it's gonna take a little bit longer to whip, so I am just gonna do it with my handy dandy machine that I have. All right, remember, technology is a guide. It's not, don't let it control us, but it can definitely help us. So I have some heavy whipping cream, powdered sugar, 2 tablespoons vanilla extract, just a drop, pinch of salt. It sticks to the whisk a little bit. Back in the refrigerator. Take my cake out. There's my ice cream that's frozen, my vanilla ice cream. Did I get all the plastic off? No. My hands are clean, I wash my hands, okay? Just making sure we don't consume plastic around here. I figure out by look, I also figure out by touch. That on there. Gotta work with haste, all right? Lay that down. Now we're money. Butter cookies from France that I got at Costco that are really tasty. So this is gonna add a nice crunch. Here's my vanilla ice cream cake. It's been cooking for another 25 minutes. And now I'm gonna add my fresh vegetables in there. Bok choy, Michael's touch, bean sprouts. There we go. All right, my soup is ready to go. I shut off the heat. I'm gonna try it. The potatoes, toasted sesame seeds. And now we're gonna add some raw scallions on top. All right, here we go. Perfect pairing, my Gamja Tang, inspired Gamja Tang with what I had around my house. White rice, and my ice cream cake. Let's try the soup first. I like it, not bad. Does it taste like Gamja Tang that you would get in a Korean place? Not exactly, but you know, I modified it with all due respect. It's a little bit more sour from the kimchi. Before I eat, I just want to thank the animal for the sacrifice, for the energy, for the nutrients. I also want to thank the plants, thank the producers, and I want to bless my food. I'm very grateful for this. I'm just grateful. It reminds me of K-Town at 2 a.m. Just a reminder to be grateful, just a reminder that the little things matter, just a reminder that everything matters. Everything that you do matters. Everything that you do makes a difference in your own way, you know? It's that butterfly effect. What you do can inspire others just by being yourself. For a logical example, I used to say this when I was working in the restaurant. You can come to my Italian restaurant. I can guide you through an exceptional Italian meal. Pick out a wine from Tuscany, right? Sangiovese grapes, aged in barrel for 5 years with a producer that is very eccentric, really takes pride in what they're making. You have a glass of their wine, you're like, oh my God, it's beautiful. Then you start you off with a beautiful salad, some prosciutto. Then we have a pasta with wild boar, tagliatelle pasta, mamma mia. And then an entree, we have a roast leg of lamb, okay? Italian specialties. So you're savoring the food, you're having a glass of wine, the server is guiding you through this experience, mamma mia. Then you go home that day, well, I forgot the dessert. You have some tiramisu for dessert, can't beat it, right? Then you go home that day in bliss, in ecstasy, and you're just reminiscing about your wonderful experience at this Italian restaurant, which was just life-changing in a way. 3 months later, you decide to quit your job and move to Italy, mamma mia. You decide to move to Italy and you soak in, you know, the ambiance, and you go to Tuscany. You go to Tuscany and you have that same wine again, the same wine that you first had at that Italian restaurant, right? And your mind connects automatically back to those fond memories of being in the Italian restaurant, but now you're actually there, so your mind is blown. And then you're like, hey, you know what? I want to stay in Italy. So I'm gonna start a blog and start an online business, and I'm gonna help Americans travel to Italy as tourists, right? You start that, boom. Then maybe you get so immersed in the culture, the life there, that you meet a partner, you meet, you know, your wife or husband who's Italian. So mamma mia, happily ever after. So there's a butterfly effect to everything. One little thing, one little dinner at a restaurant can change your life, can change your life. The people, places, and things that matter. Every interaction with people on the street or random means something. Bones in here. Honor everything, from the food that we eat, from how it was grown, to the people that touched it in the process. It all matters. And you know, sometimes you feel like what you're doing has no effect, and you feel like you've just done everything that you could. You live your life with righteousness and you've tried to do the right thing, and you know, people don't see that. The external world doesn't see that. and you feel like you're living a lie because people don't believe who you really are, your authenticity. If you stay on track, if you stay with your righteousness, if you stay believing and you keep going, I believe the truth will come out, the justice will come out. Everything that you deserve comes out because the truth is what you deserve. You deserve authenticity, you deserve love. It will come out. Sometimes the only thing you can do is just trust and have faith because you've done everything that you can. So you just have to release it to the world, release it to the universe, and just be, okay? Just be without condition, be without expectation. If you deserve it, it will be yours. But I'm realizing sometimes in this life, if you want to fly with the birds, sometimes you got to crawl with the snakes, okay, to get where you need to be. And that's tough sometimes. You know, it's hard to be vulnerable, and you got to show courage to be vulnerable. And keep staying on your track. Hold a firm conviction, hold a firm intention to who you are and what you believe in. Because the people that have wronged you, they don't have any power, but you give them power. Nothing can penetrate you. The only way something can penetrate you is if you let it, energetically. If you let fear set in. Release the fear, believe in yourself, and don't give up on yourself. Manifest the miracles that you want for your life right now. Take aligned action. I'd rather try and fail than not try at all. I'd rather have the awareness that I live my life righteously rather than what everybody else thinks of me, rather than being known for something that's a lie that made me famous. I believe there's karma, and I believe there's a cause and effect to our actions. So if you live your life righteously, you will be rewarded. Just stay the course, stay with what you believe in. Because like I said before, sometimes you feel like you've done so much. The only thing left to do is release it, and if it's meant to come back to you, it will come back. You can't force things. You know, we do have the power, and intention so powerful. And the mind is so powerful. Things are not just in the physical. Like any form of martial arts, it gets to a stage where it's mental work. It's not so much physical work in order to improve and advance. But the physical work is usually what comes easy. You know, usually because it's what you can see, it's more tangible. But the mental, the breath work is like the next level of consciousness, of awareness. And when you're learning martial arts, like any type of martial arts or fighting, you could throw a punch, but what's the intention behind the punch? Is it for fear? Is it for anger? Is it for love, right? There's a different frequency and vibration based on your intention. So if you throw a punch with lower vibrations, fear, anger, guilt, you may have power because you have that pent-up emotion. I believe we're like the yin and yang. We have that emotion. But if you transmute that anger into love and you throw that punch, you're going to be quick on your feet, and you're still going to pack power, and you're going to come from a more stable place, okay? It's all about frequency and vibrations. Remember, there's a cause and effect to everything, but you do have the power, okay? You just got to believe. And the power is not like controlling people. The power is believing in yourselves. And if we all believe in ourselves, the collective consciousness, together we're strong, together as one. And only you know the path that's meant for you. On your journey, you'll meet people that will help guide you along the way. And you'll think, wow, this person's amazing. They're helping me so much. But just because you found a mentor or a guide, they're players in your journey, but it doesn't mean you got to follow them the whole way, right? Because they might be able to help you, but you are the only one that still knows what to do, right? So you got to keep on journeying to discover yourself, even if you're like, oh my God, I met this person, they've helped me so much. No, keep on discovering yourself. Keep on going no matter who you meet in your life. It's very important because life is all about evolution. And the more you're aware of yourself, the more you heal, the more you could heal others. The more you're aware of yourself, the more you're aware of others, where you can think not just from your perspective of the situation, but others, right? You broke up with your girlfriend or boyfriend. At first, you're just thinking, oh, my perspective. But when you can truly understand the other person's perspective, the other person's pain, regardless of if they're right or wrong, you're becoming more aware of not just yourself, but others around you, and more, I would say, like at peace with fate and how things are, because you see it for what it is. Okay, now I'm gonna wash the dishes and digest a little bit and get ready for my cake, okay? Peace. Well, I'm super excited right now. When you make a homemade cake, it's always a little denser because you use butter and stuff, and the ones that are boxed, like they have like stabilizers and stuff that make it like really moist. It tastes really good. Really nice vanilla flavor. The ice cream, I'm gonna buy this brand again. I like whipped cream a lot. The cake is quite dense, so I have to work on that. But I notice every time I make a homemade cake, it's a little bit denser because it just is. I use like natural ingredients. Like when I'm making a carrot cake, it's a little denser too. Life is all about consciousness and awareness and just being aware of what's happening around you. And I want you to know that I believe in you, and just keep believing in yourself, believe in love, believe in happiness. It doesn't just happen in the movies. You really have to believe it and become it. And I know that you probably try so hard to prove yourself and fight for yourself, and you shouldn't have to fight. People should recognize and appreciate your energy, who you are as a person, without you trying to have to show it. You just be. But I just want you to know that you'll find someone, you'll find people, you'll find your soul family that respects you, that honors you for who you are. You don't have to try. I like the cookies here. I believe in you, believe in yourself. Keep that intention strong. Intention is so important. This is the first YouTube video that I filmed widescreen in a long time. If you enjoyed watching me make this and rant about it, please consider liking, commenting, and subscribing. Thank you for my day one subscribers as well as my new subscribers that came along on certain parts of my journey. And thank you to the subscribers that left and no longer resonate with where I'm going. You know, because I'm evolving, I'm discovering new parts of myself, and it's amazing. And I just want you to know that it's possible for you too to evolve. It's just like when a musical artist, like, they have one genre of music and then 2 years later they change because they can't possibly come up with the same genre of music or the same style of cooking or the same style of art their whole life, right? They want to change, they want to spice it up, they want to go with the flow. The same thing with our lives. So that's why I'm changing, you know? I'm art in motion, and I love vanilla. So that's all. Thank you so much. Grateful. Again, Gamja Tang and ice cream cake bring back a certain memory, a certain feeling. Go watch my TikTok video where I explain why it's important to me. I have the link in my bio, okay? Wish you well. Peace.